and welcome to another episode of BTV. I'm Maryland trial attorney Marcus Boston in the studio today. And normally BTV is a video, but as you can see today, this is the podcast version. And we want to talk about a video that we have on our YouTube page, and you can go to Boston. You can just type in Boston Law Group LLC, and you'll get our YouTube page on YouTube. But we have a video on there that has gotten a lot of views, over 500 views, I think, and it deals with the video dealt with how to deal with your Maryland car insurance adjuster. And we shot that video a while ago, right when we were just getting started with technology with our law firm and everything, and it's just a small little video, but we get a lot of questions from that video. So we decided to follow up with it and kind of lay out some more information to kind of help you out if you are in this type of situation where you've been in a car crash and you're trying to deal with this adjuster and they're giving you the runaround, or you're just not really sure what to do. This podcast is for you. Also, you may want to, and I want to touch on this really quick, you may also want to contact us, send us an email at info@bostonlawllc.com. Again, that's info@bostonlawllc.com, and request our special report, which deals with the 7 ways car insurance adjusters lowball the value of your claim. I mean, that's essentially what the report deals with, and it's not long, it's not hard to understand, it's not hard to read. You don't need a law degree to understand it. It'll just give you a good understanding of what that adjuster is doing and what's their goal in this particular type of situation. So before we get too far into this, I want to just make sure that you understand. Oh, and I forgot to turn the phone off. I just want to make sure that you understand that the goal of the other guy's car insurance adjuster is to make sure that they pay out as less as possible on that claim. I want to say it again. That's essentially what the insurance adjuster is there for, to try to pay out as little as possible on that claim. And today, when you listen to this podcast, you'll have a better framework on how to increase the value or help you maximize your claim. Now, to lead into that, I want to tell you what most people do when they're dealing with a car insurance adjuster. They call them up on the phone, and we know this because a lot of our clients start out trying to do this stuff on their own, and they get in and they're like, oh boy, okay, let me call a lawyer because this is a little bit more than what I bargained for. But most of the time, most people just they call them up and they say, oh, okay, I was in a car accident on such and such date. I got my bills and I need you to pay these bills, and I'm off from work, and I think that my case, you should pay me $5,000, or you should pay me $10,000, or you should pay me $20,000. And a lot of times, most people don't even know what the value of how to even value their claim, because they're not lawyers. They're really not familiar what do juries generally award in cases like theirs. So a lot of times they're just essentially shooting from the hip when they do these things. But back to the point, when you're dealing with the adjuster, you want to make sure that you put as many things in writing as you can, okay? And because as lawyers, what we do is we talk to them on the phone too, but a lot of times we send them what we call demand packages. And what that demand package is it's an assessment. It's the lawyer and the client's assessment of the case. That's what it is. And if you're trying to do this on your own, you may want to do this yourself, because it gives a better analysis. It gives a better foundation for you to make your argument as to why your case is worth what it is. Now, when we normally start these demands out, what we normally do is we like to go and we like to talk about the facts. We like to open it up and say and give a section on facts. Just like when you're in college or you're in high school and you're writing your reports, you want to put your heading facts. And in that section, you want to talk about what led up to the accident, what led up to the crash. Where were you? What lane you were in? What were the weather conditions? Did you have your stoplight on? your brake lights. I'm sorry. Did you have your turn light on? Were you were a seatbelt restrained passenger? Did the other vehicle come over into your lane? Did they run a light? You want to put that into the facts section of your demand. Once you did that and you got your facts the way you want them, you want to then talk about liability, because you got to remember that liability is what allows you to be able to argue, okay, this is why the other driver needs to compensate me for my injuries. This is why the other driver has to, put me back in the position that I was before I was in this situation. So you want to set up your liability section, and in there you want to say, something to the effect of, Mr. Insurance Adjuster, you're insured. It was their fault because let's say they ran a red light. Or, they ran a stop sign, or they were following too closely. You want to use these terms, and you want to support them if you can. You can go online and you can use Google and try to find the Maryland code online, and you can search the code to find things that could help you. For example, if the other driver was following too closely, that is in the statute is in the transportation article. So you can find that there, and you can use that as a basis of liability. And you also may want to make a copy of it and attach it as an exhibit with your demand package. But I hope you just get the picture. You want to make sure that you put something in there on liability. The next thing you want to talk about is your medical treatment, okay? And again, you got to remember, guys, that this is just basic. I'm just trying to give you a basic overview of how to help increase the value of your case. You then want to talk about possibly your medical treatment. And by that I mean, did you go to the hospital afterwards? Did the paramedics come and take you? Were you put on did you have to be put on a neck brace? Did they put you on the backboard? You want to talk about all of these things in the medical aspect of everything. When you got to the hospital, what did the doctor do? What did the nurse do? And this is a good point that I can interject in here too. You need your medical records. You've got to get your medical records from your treatment providers, because these records allow you to see what the doctor did. If you can't remember what the doctor told you with everything, the records will show it. The records will give you the diagnosis. When you left the emergency room, what did the doctor say? What did they diagnose you with? Did you have sprains? Did you have fractures? Whatever. It's going to be in these reports. Did you go to see an orthopedic? Again, that information, you want the reports. You want to put this information in your demand packet, because, again, this helps increase the value of your case. You want a section that you want to deal with that deals with what we call damages. Now, damages in a legal standpoint is just the concept is your loss. What are you lost? What are you out of? And in this instance, you got medical bills probably. You want to make sure that you add up all of your medical bills that relate to this crash. Now, you don't want to use bills that were unrelated. You want to make sure that you use all your bills that are related to this crash. So you want your medical bills. Did you have lost wages? Did you miss time from work? You want to make sure that you add this in your damages section. You missed time from work. What you can do is you can go and you can speak with your HR department, human resources, or payroll, or whoever takes care of that where you work, and you want them to document for you how many days you miss, what's your hourly, rate or whatever, even if your salary, what does it break down to by the hour, and you want to submit that. You want to add that to your demand. You want to attach this as an exhibit with your demand. You want to reference this in your damages section. And finally, you want to talk about what we do is we talk about the pain and suffering aspect of things. And what we like to tell a lot of our clients is, as soon as you are in this type of situation, when you're in a crash, start writing down, keep what we call a pain journal. And in this pain journal, what you want to do is you want to talk about, I got up out of bed this morning and my back was really hurting really bad on the right side, on the left side. Or, I was driving to work this morning and I had a really bad pain in my neck. Or the grandkids came over and I was supposed to take them ice skating, or I was supposed to take them to the skating rink with them, because that's normally what we do. And because of my back or because of my leg or whatever, I can't do it. So that's why you want this journal, because as time goes on, you may forget some of the things that were going on at the time. So you want to write this stuff down. And in that last section that deals with pain and suffering, we kind of break it down where there's also the physical pain and then of everything, and then the mental aspect of things, not being able to hold your grandchild, or not being able to hold your son, or if you've got a newborn, not being able to spend that time with the newborn, with your newborn child. So these are things that you want to include in your demand. And finally, you want to finish it off by telling that other adjuster how much your case is worth. So, and again, there are some ways that you can go about this. You can try to see, based on your injuries, you can do maybe internet searches and find out, what do juries normally, what do they award in cases like yours? You want to look at the county as to where the case happened. You want to look at specifically the makeup of the county, because if you had to file a lawsuit, these would be the people who would hear the case. So that's a good way to help you if you're stuck and you just don't know. If you can get on the internet and find out, jury reports for your area, and see what do juries award for your type of injury. You've got a fractured, if you've got a fracture in your leg, or a separated shoulder, or whatever it may be. You want to know, what do juries award in that type of situation. There's some more other things too that lawyers take into consideration, but again, I only have a certain amount of time for this, and I'm already up to 12 minutes. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and get ready to wrap this up. But again, I'm hoping that this gives you a better understanding of what you're up against and how to increase the value of your claim. Again, I can't stress it enough. You want to put things in writing when you're dealing with that insurance adjuster. You want to attach exhibits to your demand packet, your medical records, your lost wages, any type of statutory things that you may find as to liability. You want to put this stuff in. So why am I really doing this? Because you may be listening to this and you may be really in the same situation, and you may really not know what to do, and you may really want to talk to an attorney about it. So if you are in that type of situation, send us an email at info@bostonlawllc.com. Again, that's info@bostonlawllc.com. You can give us a call at 301-850-4832. Again, that's 301-850-4832. You can also go to our website, which has a lot of information on it, which deals with these types of issues with injury cases. And the website is bostonlawllc.com. Again, that's bostonlawllc.com. And like I said, it's a lot of helpful information there. So that's going to conclude today's podcast from BTV on how to deal with this insurance adjuster and increase the value of your claim here in Maryland. I'm Marcus Boston, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. You have just listened to a podcast from the trial attorneys at Boston Law Group, LLC. For more information, you can reach us at 301-850-4832. And if you would like us to answer a question in one of our podcasts, send us an email at info@bostonlawllc.com. Thank you and have a great day.